Hey, Mike's here. I have the Tomahawk arrived this week. It's the second one. The first one was a 22, and then I ordered another one in 177 because the deal was so good. I did order a scope with it. So let's go through that real quick. Here's the 177 Tomahawk. So a lot of guys are going to be getting theirs this week. They were literally flying off the shelf. This one came in a lighter stock, and it has some type of figuring going on, as you can see right there. But it is much lighter than the first one I got, which was really, I considered it really nice. So there's some figuring, not much, but at least it's got something going for it. And later on I'll just take and buff this up or something. And let's just turn this up a little bit. That's the typical finish that you get, right? And there's your 3-pin for your quadro trigger. I do love these safeties on these things, and I love the safeties. They're basically the same as the 95. Just the rear is a little changed. The thumb is just a little different. But anyway, one thing I did do with this is I quickly took a peek at the face of the crown, and it's totally horrendous. It's not cleaned up, it's not faced off, it's just ugly, just like they were a couple years ago on the hats and magnums. And then they did come out with the pistons, the crowns cleaned up and faced cleanly. They had changed and cleaned up the pistons where some were anodized black, and the cock and slots were clean. So I have a funny feeling that possibly, because I haven't bought any new magnums, I don't need any more hats in 125s or 135s. I have my share of them, believe me. But I have a funny feeling that this is stock that's been left over and sitting around, and I guess, I'm just going to guess, because I sure don't know, that the company bought out a big lot of them and got a super deal on them. But I'm thinking maybe they got tired of these things sitting around and decided to blow them out finally. So anyway, I have two. So I know already that this is going to have to be fixed. This is going to have to come off. And so anybody that's getting one, I sure hope you know how to work on them, because they're going to need some TLC. Some of you guys have gotten some, and you say, hey, you know, mine shoots great, the feet per second are good, and I like the rifle, and it's accurate. That's great. That's really good. You are what I consider really lucky. Anyway, the other thing I do want to point out is, so you'll get your rifle, right? You'll look it over. One thing I would recommend is clean the barrel first. You can check this if you want, but clean the barrel and then do the barrel to bore test with your pellet and push it through slowly. See what's going on with that, and then whatever, you know, see if you got the choke, see if this is faced or cleaned. At least you'll have an idea what's going on. But the other thing I want to recommend is that, if I can turn this so that it's up. Of course not. Give me a second. One of the things I want to recommend is right between the receiver fork. You want to check where the porthole is and see if that area is not clean, smooth, and flat. Because I had gotten one where it actually had swirls from the milling, and there was some depth there. I had to take some coarse and fine grinding compound. You can get that at O'Reilly's, and I took a butter knife and I ground it down so it would be just narrow enough to fit in there, and then go under that bar that's in there, and then worked the compound and worked it until I thought what the surface was flat and smooth. So then if you do that and you have to go through that, then you're going to have to adjust the breech seal as well when you're done. But at any rate, I'm just going to point that out because a friend of mine, he works on the Hatsons and Gamos, and he ran into that lately. I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. And I said, yeah, you know, I had one too. So that will definitely cause you a lockup issue. It's not supposed to be uneven. It's not supposed to have swirls or whatever. Now you can get them where they do have the swirls, but they're just the remnants of the markings. It's still flat, but you can see where it's obviously the tooling marks. So anyway, I just want to point that out. So what I want to do is maybe tomorrow is get this thing on the bench. I'll start with my 22 first. And then I will take it apart and see what I find, do some measuring on the piston seal, and hope to see if the Hatson 95 seal would be adaptable to this one. I have no idea, because I haven't done any measuring or looking into these things. But with what I do with all my rifles, I'll go through them and I'll tune them and I'll clean them up and I'll replace the spring. I don't like using factory springs, not even in the Weinrock rifles. I like the better steel, so I'm going to want to buy the better steel, and you know, that's just the way it goes, and I'll make the custom guides. It's just what we do when you're able to do it. Of course, a lot of guys will use that spring, and that's your choice. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I'll be ripping it out. That's just what I do, and I'll be going through the entire rifle. So this will be one. I hope to get it on the bench and see what's going on and give a little report back on it. So this is probably the week that everybody else is going to be getting theirs. I did get the Hawk scope. I don't know if I said that, but I didn't get it out of the box yet. It's still in the big box. So there's a little bit of grain stuff going on. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. All in all, it's nice. I'm glad I got it. We'll see what's going on with the barrel, and we'll give a report later on. Did I mention, because I don't know, they did shoot this, obviously, and here's the Crony report, but they did not post a picture of the group. Usually they post it right here. So the first one I got in 22 actually grew pretty good. They were just stringing a little bit. And this one, they just cronied it, shot it and cronied it. I don't know if you can see the numbers. It doesn't really bother me because I'm going to go through the rifle anyway, just like I do with all the ones that I get. So I'm going to leave it at that. Today I also got these pellets. I bought some pellets, and they came today. And I bought some scope mounts, 3 scope mounts. I don't remember what I did with them now. Probably in my room. What else is there? I'm getting together with somebody, and I'm trying to make an arrangement for getting together and shooting, which is going to be great because my shooting ability here has always been problematic. I'm always getting interrupted, or I can't shoot, or the weather's against me, or I have myself up to my neck in projects. So what I have done was shut my shop. I'm not taking any more work for anybody, no more tunes. I will help a couple guys out when they get these. There's about 1 or 2 that I will help out if they want my help, but that's about it. Dean, you'll be getting yours Monday, Mr. Dean Bowen, and I'll be glad to help him out. So what else? So I'll be getting together with some guys and hopefully have a nice place to shoot and maybe make some type of range up there. I was talking to somebody and who basically is a power burner shooter, and I said, hey, you want to get together and shoot some air guns? And he was ecstatic. He was all for it, and that was great. So this may turn into a good thing. So I got a lot of guns I could finish up and then hopefully get to the range. That would be really like a dream for me. It's insane having all these guns and they're not even finished being cleaned up. I haven't shot them. It's just horrible. So things may turn for the better, and I'm hoping maybe we can get the group to grow a little bit too. That would be outstanding. So this is Mike. I'm going to cut this short. Next time I see you, maybe I'll have this on the bench and we'll go through and see what I find. Take care and be safe, and thanks.